Hotels abound everywhere, but when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, A&T Residential Hotels is the place. The rooms are designed to be your home away from home. We have services, both bar, room, and kitchen are all 24 hours. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool and our gym to keep your body fit. Our staff are excellent as they welcome you with royalty. Come shake your body as our nightclub opens every Friday with Asu Barbecue. Asuya joints available all day. We have a whole capacity of about 1,500 for your occasions. Welcome to A&T Presidential Hotels, Kilometer 5, Ilesha, Owo Expressway, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 081-4633-5949 and also 1222-6282. A&T Presidential Hotels. Comfort and class redefined.
Our major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian. Do not abuse the Naira.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotels is located at Ilesha Road, P.O. Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803-440-4358, 034-206-855. Email adesuperhotels@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
News Diary is the compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that made headlines in the course of the week. We'll go on a short break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. We begin with the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, which has announced an increase in revenue collection for the month of June. This is as a total of 1.818 trillion naira, which has been disbursed among the federal government, state governments, and local government council from the Federation account. A breakdown of the cross-statutory revenue shows significant increase, with 3.485 trillion received in June 2025, a rise of 1.390 trillion compared to the 2.094 trillion recorded in May 2025. However, gross revenue from value-added tax saw a decrease, falling by 64.655 billion from 742.820 billion in May to 678.165 billion in June. The communique further indicates significant increases in companies' income tax petroleum profit tax, and electronic money transfer levy. However, there were considerable decreases in revenue from oil and gas royalty, value-added tax, import duty, excise duty, and CET levies. Students of Adekunle Ajasin University, Nta Akure, organized a walk to sensitize themselves on the need to be more security conscious. The peaceful walk was a fallout of the widely reported murder of 2 students recently in the community. Correspondent Nta Akure has the details.
Everybody's business, hence the need for all hands to be on deck. Reacting to the recent kidnapping and killings of Adekunle Ajasin University students in Nta Akure recently, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olugbenga Ige, lauded the efforts of the students conducting themselves in a peaceful manner, while appealing that all efforts is ongoing to make sure there is justice for the slain students.
As our students, you need to be very careful about friends that you take. I have called the anti-cultism, yes, to be more constant in our university. All of this we have put in place.
In company of Dean of Student Affairs Officer, security operatives of the school, including the Nigerian police in the town, the students moved around major areas on campus carrying placards with inscriptions to sensitize the university community and the distribution of handbills and flyers.
University has actually partnered with all the security agencies, not just in Akomba here, even at the state level. And the reason why they are doing this is to make sure that our students' lives are well secured.
Security awareness and collective responsibility and not individualism. By giving ourselves, sensitizing ourselves, because we definitely know that if they are not informed, you get informed.
Before we start blaming the school, blaming the authorities, blaming everyone, it actually starts from us. It starts from us being security conscious and being our brother's keeper.
But we are still begging on the government to help us on these issues of our security in the school generally.
I'm employing the government that they should come to the rescue of these security agents. Without those equipment, they would not function well, and it will be at the detriment of the students' lives and properties.
Earlier, the Student Union President Akim Salami had a press conference at the Student Union office to show solidarity for the slain students that were murdered recently by their landlords. From Adekunle Ajasin University, Nta Akure, Nta Akure, Nta News.
Trending in the sporting world, let's join Oche Ngbede on Sports Update.
Let's begin by telling you that the Super Falcons of Nigeria delivered a 5-star performance on Friday evening in Casablanca, crushing Zambia 5-0 to see their place in the semi-finals of the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations WAFCON. The win, some football fans have described as a devastating show of strength and experience, a warning shot to the rest of the continent and a harsh lesson for a Zambian side that had looked promising until they ran into Nigeria.
They gave in all, the energy was superb, and they came out to win, and they actually did. Like 5-0 was a huge one, yeah. So I think they should keep it up.
So I expect that they will maintain that momentum, ensure that they use the wings. The midfield is looking quite strong. The girls are in the right mood, the right spirit.
Meanwhile, 4 matches will be decided Saturday in the matchday 6 of the All-Stars Abuja Veteran Tournament, playing at the main bowl of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. In the first game, Capital Sporty drew Games Village 1-1 to improve their chances of qualifying from the both sides. In other games, Capital City FC will slug it out with Very Good FC as Max Steve All-Stars takes on Z Michaels. To basketball, Team Nigeria produced a solid performance to defeat Argentina 68-58 in a 9-16 classification game at the FIBA Under-19 Women's Basketball World Cup. The Junior D Tigers controlled the game from the start, outscoring Argentina in the first 3 quarters and holding firm in the final period to seal a 10-point win. And finally, in a bid to select young talents that will represent Nigeria in both national and international competition, the West African Deaf Sport, WATSU, is set to organize the West African Deaf Football Championship as well as the African Deaf Athletics Championship, scheduled to hold from August 18 to 31st in Abuja.
We are given the opportunity to host the 13th West African Deaf Football Championship, and in cooperation with the 3rd West African Deaf Athletics. The event is being organized to first enable us to select number of athletes, players and country team qualified to compete at the global stage.
The competition, which is the 13th edition, is looking to harness young talent from the event in Abuja. Oche Ngberi, NTA News.
You're still watching News Diary. We shall go on another break. News Diary returns shortly.
Currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian. Do not abuse the Naira.
Many thanks for staying with us. Don't forget you can also watch us on social media via our handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. And now to some of the reports that made headlines in the course of the week. The death of former President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, drew attention and reactions from residents of Akure, the Ondo State capital. Political leaders described the late president as a man of dignity and integrity, stating that his life and contributions to the nation will remain indelible in the history of Nigeria. Abiola Ario reports.
To the shocking news of the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away at a London hospital on Sunday, 13th of July. Describing the late former president, political leaders and residents say he was a respected military officer and politician who devoted his life to upholding discipline, fairness, equity, transparency, and justice in the country.
That's a man who's faithful to himself and tried his best to be faithful to God.
He was an upright leader. He was a leader with vision. He was a leader that actually believed in the development of Nigeria.
They reflected on the legacies he left behind, noting that his immeasurable contributions to Nigeria's politics, his fight against corruption, implementation of social welfare programs to support vulnerable citizens, and create jobs, among other feats, will forever linger on the minds of Nigerians.
He appointed me as an ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the Republic of Togo. He never depended on knowing me. He gives opportunity to every Nigerian possible.
He laid a good foundation on which the current government is building on.
The issue of rail line, the rail system, had been grounded outright, but he was the one who now brought that one up.
Prayers were offered for the repose of his soul and the strength for family and Nigerians to bear the loss. In Akure, Abiola Ario, NTA News.
The Ondo State government has highlighted the importance of cordial working relationship between cabinet members and bureaucrats in delivering the dividends of democracy to the people. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, at the inauguration of 16 new commissioners in Akure during the week, said his administration expects all political appointees in the state to imbibe and promote a culture of accountability and transparency. Paulo Mukago has the details.
This is the second batch of Executive Council members being sworn in after the administration of oath of office and allegiance to the first set of council members on June 27, 2025. Governor Aiyedatiwa tasked the new commissioners to acquit themselves with the policy trust and focus of the state government as encapsulated in his 7-point agenda. He urged them to make meaningful contributions to statecraft by interpreting and implementing the people-centered programs of his administration.
I wish to reiterate that our administration is in a hurry to put in place policies and programs for the all-round development of our state. It therefore behoves you to discharge the duties and responsibilities of your office with integrity, patriotism, bearing in mind always the collective interests of the people.
With a lot expected from the commissioners who are yet to be assigned portfolios, NTA gathered reactions from some commissioners on how they plan to support the ideals of fostering development in the state.
It doesn't matter any portfolio that is being given. I am prepared to serve the people of Ondo State to the best of my ability.
We will ensure that we assist him in actualizing the vision he has for our dear Sunshine State.
I will provide leadership, I will provide direction, and I will purposefully, intentionally work to uplift the policies and agenda of Mr. Governor.
Quite a lot, analysts say, is expected in the days ahead as the commissioners await announcement of their portfolios, which is a first step towards setting realizable goals and targets. In Akure, Paulo Mukago, NTA News.
In order to adopt a systematic and proactive approach to addressing critical national challenges, the Ondo State government has pledged its readiness to collaborate with the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPPS, CUR. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa made this known in the course of the week while receiving participants of NIPSS course 47 who paid him a courtesy visit at his office in Alagbaka, Akure. Paulo Mukago reports.
The visit by participants of course 47-2025 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies is part of a nationwide fact-finding tour of 7 states in Nigeria with its mission to gather critical data and insight on how best to harness the vast potentials in the country towards developing a sustainable blue economy. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa commended the federal government for establishing the institute, noting its invaluable contributions to nation building over the years.
We look out for training of the for policies, for programs and decisions in governance and even other areas of walks of life that can be of benefit to the nation. And I believe the learning, the teachings you are receiving from case studies and syndicate groups that you are going through, you'll be able to take maximum advantage of that and take them back to your various institutions.
In his remarks, the Secretary and Administrative Head of the Institute, Alhaji Kabiru Sulaiman, who led the delegation, outlined some of the major interventions and achievements of the Institute since its establishment in 1979.
These top-level leaders are brought together and made to interrogate any national topic. They will be in a position to provide very germane and workable solution towards enhancing the development of the country.
The participants had earlier visited Akwa Ibom, Benue, Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, and Lagos states before arriving in Ondo, gathering relevant information and data to support their research on advancing Nigeria's blue economy. In Akure, Paulo Mukago, NTA News.
And in furtherance of Sustainable Development Goals 4 and 8, which focuses on equipping youths with relevant skills and promoting decent work and economic growth, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, in the course of the week, commissioned the Odatiwa Skills Enterprise Development Center in Akure. The center, which is a collaborative effort between the federal government and the Ondo State government, is furnished with state-of-the-art facilities aimed at training and empowering young people with the requisite skills for self-reliance and productivity. Once again, Paulo Mukago reports.
Has prompted the federal and state governments to collaborate on initiatives aimed at empowering young people nationwide.
I hereby commission this Odatiwa Skill Enterprise Development Center.
Speaking at the commissioning of the Odatiwa Skills Enterprise Development Center in Akure, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa noted that the center would further enhance the knowledge and skills of youths in the state. He emphasized that the facility is designed not only to train and equip them with relevant skills, but also to foster job creation and economic independence.
There is need to equip our youth with one skill or the other, so that they will not be idle. They will be able to learn one skill, one trade, so that they can use that to earn a living by themselves being an entrepreneur.
We're going to train you based on your passion, because we have a lot of instructors here who are already on the job, doing the job. We just brought them in, and that's why we're working with the artisans and the Nta, so that they can give the necessary guide and the necessary support to the youth.
Some of the beneficiaries who spoke with NTA expressed optimism that the center would help improve their skills and build their capacity to become self-reliant.
This initiative will really help a lot of youth,
The governor has at least provided everything, the skills and also the resources for these people. At least this one will improve the job opportunity that will be open for in the state.
The Skills Acquisition Center is equipped with modern facilities, including a cyber and robotics training unit, fashion and hairdressing studios, and workshops for building construction and automobile technology, among others. In Akure, Paulo Mukago, NTA News.
For electoral reforms, state police, judicial restructuring, enforcement of local government autonomy, and the creation of new states topped discussions during the week as the 10th House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review held a public hearing for the Southwest Centre B in Akure, Ondo State. Over 50 position papers were presented by delegates from Ondo, Osun and Ekiti states, reflecting diverse views on how to strengthen Nigeria's constitutional framework. Paulo Mukago has the details.
It's essentially to gauge the views, opinions, suggestions, and position of the people of Ondo, Osun and Ekiti states on constitutional reforms. The governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and the deputy governor of Osun State, Kolawole Adewusi, align on areas of constitutional amendments and reforms, particularly on comprehensive true federalism and state police creation to effectively combat rising cases of insecurity across the country.
Ondo State is not opposed to the creation of new states as requested in some of the proposed bills. But the government and good people of Ondo State strongly oppose excising any part of our territory to man the revenue state or join existing states.
Is there a way we can reduce the cost of governance so that we make it less attractive and it will not become a matter of life and death?
The chairman, Southwest Centre B, on the constitutional review, James Faleke, says the committee would collate and submit the various memoranda and position papers to the House for further action.
They took their time, they understood all the bills, and they took their time to air their own views. And for us, as members of National Assembly, we are fulfilled.
Legislators, people living with disabilities, the judiciary, women's groups, and organized labor presented their position papers on areas of constitutional amendments and reforms.
The legislature in all the state houses of assembly will not rest
until we are financially independent, as this will further enhance our input and output to parliamentary business.
Our demand is simple. We are asking for the reserved seats, special seats for women, because this is important to ensure there is inclusion for women in Nigeria.
It's going to be bottom-top approach. That is how it's supposed to be. That's how development is supposed to be. So that is what we are yearning for. That is what we are pleading, that they should give us 100% autonomy.
The public hearing seeks to ensure broader participation by Nigerians and other stakeholders with a view to fostering the exchange of ideas as well as promote feedback to members of the public on the memoranda submitted. In Akure, Paul Mukago, NTA News.
Professional managers in the country were urged in the course of the week to be resilient in adapting to modern technology to enhance efficiency and functionality in their chosen careers. A guest speaker, Professor Olatunbosun Olabode, made the plea at the Nigerian Institute of Management Southwest Zone Summit held in Akure with the theme Building Resilient Organizations, the Role of Professional Managers in Uncertain Times. The report. Nigerian Institute of Management Chartered Annual Conference is a gathering of professionals, policymakers, academics, and business leaders and beyond. While having roles of professional managers in light of recent technological innovations like AI and digitization, Professor Olabode noted that it becomes imperative for them to embrace new technologies towards building a viral brand.
Because
Commodore Abimbola Ayuba formed part of a broader plan of visiting all NIM zones nationwide with the aim of educating members to formulate documents and policy papers to help move the institution forward.
Then we take it to the annual National Management Conference, which is scheduled to hold on the 7th to 9th September 2025 in Abuja. So there we will now round up the whole year's theme and come out with policy statements that will be helpful to government and corporate organizations.
When we are talking of Zonal Management Summits, it's always an opportunity, a forum, a setting for professional managers to enrich their knowledge in the arts of management and administration.
Participants also shared the lessons learned from the summit.
The keynote was enlightening. The panelists were wonderful. You see, I'm happy seeing women coming bold to the front to take mastery of their subject matter. I'm so impressed. It's been wow.
And today's program, which has crowned all the efforts of this program, has been so fantastic. We had a fruitful session, and we are all going home with knowledge acquired.
The summit featured presentation of awards to deserving individuals for their contributions to the institution. In Akure. And that is the much we can take on this week's edition of News Diary. Do join us again same time next week for another exciting edition of News Diary on NTA Akure. Good evening.